long ago, there was nothing but darkness. Mm-hmm. Then I flipped the switch.
Okay.
Still nothing. So I flipped the switch again, flipped the breaker, changed the bulb, and then bam, there was light.
Yeah.
Now, as creator of the universe, I've decided to bring 3 other people to join me and give them power of their own. To Daniel Newkirk, I bestow the array of being in charge.
Ooh.
To Cody, I give him the Beelzebub berry.
From Kansas.
To Adam Tipton, I reluctantly give him the pointy metal stick of might.
Yes.
This is the origin of Previously On.
I just stabbed my eye with the pointy stick of might.
That's why I told you not to.
Oh.
Well, that was a sin, so you're in hell for all eternity.
Good. That's
I'm
where
in
I
charge here.
That's where I want to be.
Just so we're clear.
All right, fine. I'm going to clear it with the boss first. Hey, is it all right if he's in hell for all eternity?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, I got the go-ahead.
Man, this whole creating a universe shit is easy.
Hey, I
don't know why people complain all the time.
You had to change the breaker. You had to flip the breaker.
Oh yeah,
change
man,
the
a
light
whole
bulb?
bunch of work.
I got some natural disasters to do this weekend, so I need a day pass from hell.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
This whole being God thing's real simple.
I know, right?
And I'm going DC present style, so I got a bowler hat and just nice suit and everything. Okay.
I like it.
So that was my quick rendition of the origin of Previously On. Previously On, which is
What's the pointy stick? My pen that I write the scripts with?
No, the pointy stick of might. The pointy metal stick of might was the copyright-free version of the Power Sword. His was the copyright-free version of a Devil Fruit. And Daniel's was a copyright-free version of the Matrix of Leadership.
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't get that?
The array of being in charge.
I don't understand metaphors.
You fucking idiot. So, Previously On, which is a damage control podcasting production. My roaring 20s magician, con man, I don't even remember what it was, defeated Adam's twin timeline magician come together.
Only one can see the timeline. The other one can affect matter itself.
Yeah, so I was still right in saying that.
Oh, okay.
And then that $20 I slipped Cody allowed me to beat Daniel's idea too.
I don't remember what my idea
I don't remember what it was either.
That's probably why it didn't win.
It
was the
rom-com.
It was the
Lady Magician.
The Arya Stark is a magician, and then she comes back and tries to do it.
That's right. Yeah.
So as my...
You know who else is good at comebacks? Kim Kardashian.
You can't steal that.
Oh, okay.
So my prompt was that they needed to take an IP and create its own origin story for whatever they wanted to change it up.
So just to clarify, can this be new or existing? Or does it have to be existing characters, or can we make it for new characters?
I wanted it for an existing character.
So I guess that goes that Daniel made his own OC insert.
No. Okay. No, if you remember correctly, last week
after
the podcast, that question got asked 3 times of Tyler.
Gotcha,
3.
Yeah. And Adam was in here for the first time it got asked, and then asked it, and then Cody walks in right after I got done explaining it, and then asked.
And so,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that is the prompt, and let's figure out who is going to win. Man, I didn't butcher that.
He didn't.
I hit all the bullet points.
Except for what happens when they win.
And then I was getting there. I was trying to give myself some praise because I hit all the bullet points.
Yeah.
I just
clicking bullet points.
wanted someone to say I did a good job.
You did great, Tyler.
Thank you. And I read it off my phone. I didn't have a piece of paper crinkling in there.
Such a nice change.
God, I haven't been able to sleep in months leading up to this. The winner will get to choose their own topic that we will talk about next time. Man, now you got me all self-conscious. Who's gonna go? I'm going back to the heavens. All the little people can pray to me, and then Daniel's in charge.
Yeah. So Tyler's gonna judge our movie pitches, and then whoever wins.
Purgatory, heaven.
Oh, so nice.
I guess I am just mid.
That's fair. Fair.
Yeah, but you can do whatever you want.
All right.
Yeah.
Make it a nice.
But it doesn't really matter though.
Make it a nice purgatory.
Okay, but it's not as good as heaven though.
You know
but it's not as bad as hell.
See, look at the positive. Look at the positive.
Always look on the bright side of life.
All right.
Well, I'm out. Daniel, you're in charge.
Okay.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Who needs more time?
Who doesn't want to go second?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I have an idea. I'm pretty sure it hits the requirements.
Maybe I'll get to use Daniel's. Well, I pick you because yours didn't suck as much as all the other ones
It
did.
certainly might go that way.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to open up with like a snowy field.
Mine takes place in snow too.
Well,
Does yours take place in snow?
Mine's going to be over a series of course events, so those are going to be many snows, but many summers.
yeah. So over a field of snow, and in the background we're going to see like this majestic mountainscape, and like we're going to do some kind of cool panning of the camera, and we're going to break the silence with like the sound of crunching snow under the boots, under boots. And then slowly it gets a little bit louder, and we're going to add in like kind of the clanking of metal, and we're still going to be like looking at the this kind of barren field, and then it's going to pan, and there's going to be a field of soldiers marching in kind of that classic Norwegian Viking-esque armor. Swords, shield, spears, just kind of marching in place. And then we're going to pan over, and we're going to hear like a roar of like a beast, and we're going to cut to black. And we're going to come back to like a snow-covered New York City. And a guy is going to be kind of like walking by and like crunching through the snow, bundled up, and he's going to take a newspaper out of the article, and it says "Freak Winter Continues," and it's going to be like July, early 90s.
There's not normally snow in July, Cody.
There is in certain parts of the
New
world.
York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're going to pick like let's say 97. Okay.
1997.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep, 1997. So more crunching of snow, and he's gonna like walk up and have kind of a casual conversation with the, like the newspaper stand person he buys the newspaper from, and then he's gonna turn and walk into, like a news building. And at this point, we're gonna obscure the name. Like the name is gonna be covered in snow. He's gonna walk in, and he's going to be like, "Hi, Ben," and he kind of walks in, goes into the elevator, and goes, "Okay, obviously he works here." And we're going to flip back to the snow-covered field with the soldiers, like the Viking soldiers, and there's a roar, and we're going to see this dragon like swoop across the sky, and these massive giants like across the field, and they're going to march into position. And we're going to get this kind of panel, like, frame of the battlefield where we've got, like the giants and monsters and trolls and dragon. And then we're going to pan over and see Viking soldiers, spearmen, and then, like, flying in from behind them are going to be, like, women in armor with spears on Pegasuses.
Pegasi.
Is
that right?
Yeah, sure. So then we're going to flop back to modern day, 97, and we're going to have a guy like kind of sit down in like his office chair with a large drink, and he's gonna like drink from it, and he's gonna be watching the snow fall, and a lady comes in and says, "Are you going to be staying here all night?" And the guy goes, "Oh, depend on how much I drink, and depends if you're staying here or not." And she like smirks, like, I'm going home. And she's gonna like flop today's newspaper down, and you didn't get this, I'll get it for you, get tomorrow's paper for you in the morning. And she walks out and leaves, and he's gonna reach over and grab it, and it's going to be July 1998. And the snow is still continuing to fall. And we're going to switch back to the Norwegian field. And at this point, they're going to be rushing in at each other, like charging. And like they're going to hear the horns of battle. People are rushing in. And right before the monsters and the soldiers collide, we're going to cut away again.
Man, freaking edging.
Huh?
Freaking edging over here.
I know, right? And we're going to switch to like a scientist who's teaching college. And he's like going to be like on the chalkboard, and he's writing out like physics and chemistry equations and like going over like the effects of radiation on people and like different ways this could affect. And we're going to have a guy, like the class dismisses. And
wait, he's not discussing why it's still snowing in July?
No.
Oh.
No. Guy comes in, like shakes his coat, walks up to the professor and says, Doctor, I'm with the Department of Defense. Need to speak with you regarding some matters. And they're gonna like, okay, well, we'll talk about it. And they walk out. They get their big winter coats on, and we're gonna walk past, and it's gonna be 1999 July, and it's still snow covered, like boots deep snow.
As a maintenance man, this would be miserable. You know how much fucking snow shoveling I'd have to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much snow shoveling everyone would have to do?
Yeah, fuck everyone, just me.
Yeah. So then we're going to cut to the battlefield, and you have women soldiers cutting down like the frost giants, and you have kind of our main character that we're going to be watching through the battle is kind of a everyday kind of looking guy, like muscular, but kind of blends in with the soldiers. Blonde, kind of that nasal Viking helmet, round shield, sword. But he's going to be demonstrating some like really strong like soldiering. And we're getting like cutting down people, cutting down the monsters, and as the fight sequence goes on, he's going to get into a fight with a frost giant, and the frost giant's like hammering him down, banging on a shield, and gets kind of shoved into the snow. And just before the frost giant like punches him in the face, there's going to be a bolt of lightning that hits the giant, like shatters him in pieces. And then this guy with the winged silvery helmet, the flapping red cape, stunted hammer is going to like drop down from the sky, and he's going to charge into.
Is the other guy Donald
giants.
Blake?
Who?
Is the other guy Donald Blake in the 90s? Is he Donald Blake?
No.
Oh, fuck.
So then we're going to cut back into modern day. And there's going to be a guy in a wheelchair, and he's going to be wheeling through a school and talking to a scientist, and going on about how, weather patterns are being odd. The people that we need to help are, it's been snowing for 3 years solid, and it's worldwide. Every place is covered in snow. The ecosystem is fucked. The people are freezing. Food is on scarcity. We're the only thing that we have an influx of is water, which is causing massive problems. Like things are getting buried. We don't have places to put the snow. And he's discussing all these humanitarian issues with the scientist. And the scientist shakes his head and goes, I have done all the research I can. There's no cause for this winter. It's been 3 years now, and we'll see a panel where it says July 2000. And finally, we're going to cut back to the Norwegian battlefield, and the place is just decimated. There's so many soldiers dead. The giants are mostly destroyed, and a handful of the characters we've been watching. So a couple of the women warriors, the blonde guy, the guy in the red cape are all kind of together, and through the field of frost giants is going to be this guy dressed in green with a gold crown with these massive horns.
So we are doing an alternate Avengers origin.
No. Well,
No.
yes, kind of.
Okay,
We're getting there.
Is this how you bring the mutants? Is this how you're going to bring the mutants in the MCU? The guy in the wheelchair, Xavier?
Possibly.
God.
You gotta,
Yeah, so radiation guy's banner.
maybe.
And it's like, how is science? Science can't explain it. It's got to be fucking magic.
Oh, and the newspaper was the Bugle.
Maybe.
And it was Ben Parker.
Possibly.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. So then the big fight, and in the course of the fight, the guy at the green, you guys kind of sussed it out. It's Loki. Loki takes the massive bladed spear and slams it through the blonde guy's shield. The shield shatters into 1,000,000 pieces, and then the blade goes into his heart, and as the light starts dimming, you hear from
No.
from Thor looks over and Balder, no! And he rushes over to Balder. And we're gonna watch these kind of shards of Balder's shield go like fall through Midgard into the sky and like kind of become like look like stars. And then we're going to see this kind of debris wrap around Earth and then start falling to Earth. And we're going to see like these shards of metal start streaking through the sky, and one's going to like come through the ceiling of the news reporter and hit the character we saw walk in 3 years ago in the back. And he's going to stumble into like this closet, and the closet's going to have like janitor's closet, like stuff's going to fall all around him, and amongst them is the spider's going to come down and bite him.
So we're going to have mystical Avengers.
Kind of.
Okay.
I'll explain when I get through all the pitch. And then as like the stuff comes flying down, we're going to see the guy in the wheelchair talking real time with the scientist.
You're going to get pegged in the head. Like, ah! Oh, damn!
Where did my hair go?
Yeah, he's gonna get hit, and then like screaming headache as he can hear everything around him. The scientist he's talking to is going to get hit, and he's going to get splayed out. When he hits the ground, all of his limbs extend out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he's gonna lay there and be like, "Oh, fantastic!"
Yes, exactly. The guy in the professor doing the physics research is going to get hit and turn into a giant green monster. The guy who is sitting with the drink is going to get hit.
And knives are going to sprout from his hands.
No.
Oh.
The guy sitting in the office building?
Yeah, well, I saw her drinking. I immediately thought of Logan. That's all.
No.
Okay.
And like he's going to like clench at his chest. And he's going to start like
Stark.
like
Gotcha.
pain in his chest, and he's going to like
The other famous alcoholic in the MCU.
Oh,
yeah. Like stumble into like a workshop where an AI is there, and he's like, "What is wrong with me?" And they're going to assemble the Iron Man suit. And we're going to see like as the stars fall, we're going to see just a ton of different Marvel characters getting hit and infected by these shards of Baldur's shield, and those powers are going to manifest. And then we're going to close out by like coming up to back up to Asgard, and Thor is going to be like clutching Baldur to the chest, and Baldur is dead. And Loki's going to like curl and
Jesus.
like and Ragnarok is on its way. And we're gonna kind of cut away, and we're gonna start.
And the screams of Zeppelins. Ah!
I'd be down for that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But
It was
we're
in the
gonna.
movie Ragnarok.
Never seen it.
Oh.
Yeah, I would be totally cool with that being like action sequence.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Like soundtrack, but I kind of want to like end on like Valhalla's Calling or
Okay.
something like that. And we're gonna roll credits. And the idea is that in Norse mythology, Ragnarok is predecessed by a 3-year-long winter. And when Balder dies, it signifies the start of Ragnarok. And part of the start of Ragnarok, our heroes are called into battle. So with Balder dying and Ragnarok starting, I like the idea of it being like granting superpowered powers to all of these heroes, and it infects both heroes and villains alike, and causes the Marvel universe to start.
Okay, so is this going to continue, or is it going to be directly just Ragnarok, where we're going to go to hell on Earth?
Well, it won't be hell on Earth. It's supposed to be like heroes are rising, because like Ragnarok takes a long time to complete.
Okay.
But that's going to be like our end game, is going to be stopping Ragnarok at the very end of it, or
So,
trying to stop Ragnarok. It's the calling of all of these heroes.
Are we using current MCU actors, or like are we recasting everybody? If you recast everyone, you don't have to tell me. Just like if like a handful of people, like who would you want in like specific? Because I'm assuming most of these are going to be like short-ish roles. So like your Peter Parker person, he's not like he's going to be on screen for a long time. I mean, you're going to follow him for a little bit, but
right. And honestly, I think the casting for the MCU is pretty solid. So I would be fine for most of the actors to remain, other than it really kind of spoils the surprise when you see Tom Holland and Patrick Stewart and Robert Downey Jr. So I'd be okay recasting as well.
Peter Parker. Peter Parker is holy shit. His head. He's from Super.
his head.
His name. Jonah from Superstore.
Never seen it.
Me neither.
He was on Ghost. He was the other guy. He just on the episode of Ghost where he can
Kevin.
See, where he can see the ghost. Yeah. What do you think about him playing Peter Parker?
That'd be a good Peter Parker.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, I like the idea that what causes all these powers to come up is the rising of Ragnarok, where the heroes are supposed to be called to battle for the end of the world. And that being our first major plot point is all of the MCU characters or Marvel characters in general are being called into our first event. So like this would be like the launching point movie. So
Winter Break.
maybe
No.
I'm not a big fan of that, but like
So this timeline would be Marvel 63401.
I like it.
There you go. That's our zip code.
Oh,
Yeah. And then like you would do like splinter off movies that are more traditional, but still have that kind of overarching Ragnarok theme. And so you have like your Xavier building the X-Men origins, you have Spider-Man doing his thing, you have Reed Richards who's got his powers and finds out that Sue and Johnny and all them have powers, and like everyone's kind of dealing with this cosmic radiation that bombarded the planet, until we can like bring all of it together to when we're finally going to introduce Thor, and Thor will come and explain that the cosmic radiation was the shards of Baldur's shattered shield that was granting them.
Oh yeah, I know.
powers.
It hit me in the head.
can we make him like old man King Thor, where he's just like super grizzled and he's got the fucking like metal arm?
Yeah, I'm in for that. I like that.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, so that's my alternate origin, is I'm going to alternate origin the Marvel universe.
He went above and beyond. He did Origins.
Yeah.
Wow. The fuck do you got there, Purgatory?
Okay. It's a good idea for me. If it doesn't hit, doesn't hit. I want us to start in.
Nope. Adam, what do you got?
So there's a camera rolling down a hill.
Give Corey a shot.
All right.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie. This is one of those jokes that's really making me mad. Not like because of you guys, just like, and I'm not trying to feed into it, but I've already fucked up by saying it makes me mad. It's one of the ones I do not enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Kansas, come on.
All right. So we enter in at an office at night. There's a guy with a flashlight, and he's got in his mouth, and he's going through a file cabinet real quick.
What's his name?
Can
it start with a C?
His name's not important right now.
Oh. Corey's a good name for a main character. Okay, last one.
So he's going through file cabinets, and you can see, because you're going to have a shaky light, and it's going to go back and forth. You're going to be able to see patient reports. And you're going to be able to see, like, obviously he's in medical office. So he's going through, flashlight, and then you hear a sound, and light clicks, and he's standing behind the door.
Wait. If he's got the flashlight in his mouth and he just looked at the origin of the sound, he just gave away his location.
He heard a sound, turned, the door's still closed.
But he's got the flashlight in his mouth.
He clicked it with his tongue.
He went.
It's one of those with the buttons on the back.
Oh, okay.
They have a really nimble tongue. It's just like over to the top and like flick the light.
He's got his girlfriend's very happy. Okay.
Is this a Dr. Cox origin story?
No,
it's a Toad origin story. That's how he's able to do it with the tongue.
Yeah, so he's holding the tongue actually by the side of his head. So he looks over the flashlight looks a different direction.
He didn't even look. The tongue just moves the flashlight.
Yeah.
Okay. So is the tongue sentient then?
It's prehensile tongue. Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't think that answers the question. But.
So we're going through, and we're going through, and we're going through. He hears a sound, clicks the light off, waits a little bit, clicks it back on, goes through, and he's looking through files, and he's going back years. He's trying to find a connection, and he's running out of time because he's only got a certain amount of time for office hours start. And then, fucking, he gets a beep on his watch, and clicks on. And he goes out, and you see he's wearing a maintenance uniform. And he goes to a closet.
That's where we belong, in a closet.
He's closeted.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to a closet, and he's got to start his shift. So you see him push a mop bucket out.
It's a janitor origin story?
Yes.
I was the janitor from Scrubs?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me go.
I'm letting you finish.
Let me work. He said, let me work. Let me cook.
Let me cook. And then we go throughout his day, and we have classic Scrubs episodes, him messing around, until he gets to one doctor that he never interacts with. And he's just sort of watching from a distance while looking to appear busy. And he looks over, and then fucking JD's in his face talking to somebody. He's like, fuck, he does a classic bit to get JD out of his hair. By the time he gets JD out of his hair, he looks, and the doctor he's watching is gone. He's like, fuck.
A lot of cussing in this movie.
Mm-hmm. We go through the day, and he gets back. He goes through the day, gets in his van, and he's heading home. When he decides he doesn't go home, he makes a right, and he stops at a police station. And he goes into the police station. And he's like, we see a female officer being like, do you have anything for us? You've been working this case for years. Like, we are at our end of the rope. We are this close to losing our clearance to investigate Dr. Mickhead.
Mickhead?
Mickhead.
Is that an actual Scrubs character?
That's an actual Scrubs character.
Sounds real racist.
It's a play on words, but like,
head is the thing that's on people's.
all right, Glenn. This was the deal. You were the guy doing the method acting, trying to get inspiration for your next character for your acting career by falsifying your identity to work at this hospital. We caught you on that, and the deal for your plea bargain was you get information about this guy secretly, or else you're going to jail. You have not upheld your end of the bargain. We need something. Where is the murder weapon? We cannot find it. He's like, I've had some information. He hid the hammer somewhere in the hospital. I am looking for it, but I can't figure out where he's doing. This fucking guy keeps getting in my way. There's a subplot in Scrubs where the character Dr. Mithead killed his wife with a hammer.
Is that the black dude, the
No.
actor that killed someone in real life?
No.
That's
Hooch.
Oh.
But no, we're going to go into the entire reason the janitor is at Sacred Heart is he started out as a method actor trying to research his next role, but he falsified information, and the police aren't let it slide because this is a medical facility. You can't be doing that shit in a medical facility.
Wouldn't his real name be Neil?
Is
Because he played him. He was in The Fugitive, which is in Scrubs.
right, but he's going underneath Glenn Matthews.
David's brother.
And like, yeah, we have you falsifying your identity, and we have you on double count because Glenn Matthews was a real guy. You didn't make him up. You bought his information online. He's deceased, been dead for 3 years, and you've been collecting benefits underneath his name. Falsified. You have a credit card underneath his name. We got you dead to rights to stealing his identity.
This is real deep for an acting role.
Right. And it was starting out. The thing is, they've entrapped him. The longer he plays this character, the more dirt they have on him. And so it started out, they're using him to research to figure out who's stealing drugs from the hospital. Because we have another scene in the first series where somebody's stealing painkillers and stuff like that. And janitor makes a good, like, yeah, I'm dusting for Princess right now. And he does as a side joke. But it's actually because he's actually looking for information who's stealing drugs from the hospital.
Who was stealing the painkillers?
It was a drug advocacy person that JD was seeing.
Oh.
She was like, yeah, like, not advocacy, counselor.
Oh,
But yeah, like, he has a problem. Like, I have a problem too, but it's not that big of a problem because I have it under control. And it ends their relationship.
Okay.
But
Well, they
yeah.
have it under control because they're stealing drugs.
And you think about 3 seasons in, Dr. Mickhead goes to jail, and he's like, yes, I found the murder weapon. But prints weren't on it. And
What kind of hammer was it?
Claw hammer.
Did you find what the wordplay was for Mickhead?
No.
Oh.
He
No, it was supposed to be Dr. It's a play on because people call him Dr. Dickhead.
Oh.
Because he's an asshole and the guy's a real creep.
Does that constitute a play on words?
You can't use dickhead on a public television program.
Can you not?
Not really. Not
Well,
not
probably-
continuously.
Probably nowadays you probably
For
can.
nowadays, but this is NBC, ABC sort of level.
Okay.
So, the whole how I am going to engineer the janitor's backstory is he is a informant for the police who's got stuck at this career that he can't get out of, and the reason why it seems like he's determined to stay there is because his freedom relies on him continuing supplying information about malpractice, about medical mistakes. That's why he's always hanging out with Murphy and the lawyer to milk them for information.
So he's he's internal affairs basically.
Yeah, he's at internal affairs because you can't just have a police officer at the place because everybody's going to hush up. He's just the janitor. People don't, and he makes it constantly like people don't care if I'm the janitor. They don't even know my real name. They don't care. He's the perfect guy for information.
So does he think JD's a suspect, or is he just
No,
like fucking
JD's
with
all.
JD?
The reason why he's always fucking with JD is because JD is always sort of in the wrong place at the wrong time. Of like, hey, I'm doing something right now. You're fucking with what I'm trying to do. That's the reason that he takes vengeance on him so much. Is because like, hey, stop getting in my fucking way. I'm trying to do a job here.
What if you made JD the accomplice? That's why JD's always in the way. He's Dr. Mickhead's accomplice.
Oh, that could be it.
So so you're making the janitor way smarter than he appears to be because he's this undercover agent, and then you're making JD. I mean, granted he's smart because he's a doctor, but he's
an unwilling accomplice.
He's more conniving than he seems because he's like, okay, he's clearly getting closer.
I don't think Cody's gonna allow that. 'Cause I think Cody likes JD, so I don't think he's.
No,
gonna
I'm not. I don't want it to be a malicious sort of thing because JD for the longest time was a resident and attending. He was low man on the totem pole. How many times have you been in a job situation where you did stuff you didn't necessarily agree with, but somebody above you said,
Never.
"Hey, do this for me"?
Never.
Well, there's that, and then there's breaking the law.
Right. So it could be
breaking the law.
like JD not fully understanding the situation he's helping out with, is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Right. So, and then we have it like he thinks he's out because he helped catch Dr. Mickhead, but Dr. Mickhead gets off in the show of the murder charge of his wife. And so that's why he has to stick around. And the only reason why he's able to get out of it is when basically Sacred Heart closes down.
Then you find out that it was Dr. Murphy did it because Murphy's crazy.
Okay, question. If he's looking for the head of a hammer to be like the
the hammer itself.
Okay, if he's looking for the hammer for evidence, why is he going through medical records at the beginning of the movie?
Well,
Hey, as a maintenance man, let me tell you, sometimes you gotta rush home, so you just throw fucking tools anywhere.
well, the idea is, and this is me gonna bullshit right now.
I recognize the fuck I don't know look on your face.
But I'm gonna bullshit like this, and I think it works. I'm gonna make Dr. Mickhead, because I don't actually know what he does with the show. I'm gonna make him a pathology guy that's above Dr. Murphy. I'm gonna say he put it in a dead body that he did an autopsy on, and he's trying to figure out which dead body it was.
That's
The
actually,
autopsy, you put the shit
was-
back. You don't open it back up.
that's actually pretty cool.
That was pretty smart.
That's pretty
Yeah?
cool.
Okay.
That's not
Man.
bad. That's not bad.
Out of all the years, that's probably the best bullshit I've ever heard
That's
Cody
pretty good
come up
bullshit,
with.
yeah.
Yeah, that
I thought I did not see that going that way. I thought Cody was going to be
you
like,
pulled
Well,
that,
I don't think it's pathology, but I get where you're going for there. So
you
yeah.
pulled that hammer right out of your ass and you put it in that dead body.
And that dead body's ass.
Yeah.
So how would the medical records show that the hammer's
Well,
there?
he's trying to figure out, all right, which one of his patients was in the time frame where the hammer went missing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's
God, he's good today.
man.
so we have all this other stuff. Because if I'm going to make this, I want to make this sort of a side origin story happening with the show. Because I've mentioned several instances of like the drug theft, Dr. Mickhead, and then I also want it to be a side plot of they think Dr. Kelso's embezzling from the hospital funds a little bit. So that's the reason he's always fucking with Dr. Kelso. And I just wanted to be all these side tangent stories kind of going along with that anybody he's actually fucked with in the show, it's actually for a investigative reason. Like some high up person's surgery didn't go well. That's why he's fucking with Turk sometimes, to kind of get information from him in a capacity just by being around him.
This is a tangent, but is that even legal to investigate if you're IA or whatever?
Well, he's not
Could you
official.
could you investigate like that? Because don't you have to announce yourself as investigating?
He is not an actual police officer. He is a guy that they're using as an informant.
But would that evidence be permissible?
That's why the Dr. Mickhead stuff doesn't think. Because, like, okay, how the fuck did you get this information? And they won't come forward with it because he's too good of a source.
Have you seen The Fugitive? Okay. In The Fugitive, there's a guy that pulls a gun. That's how we got the information.
So the use of criminal informants can allow for a warrant. So, like, the janitor acting as a CI would not be able to collect the evidence and then, like, give it to the police.
Right.
He could collect the evidence needed to give to the detectives, who could then get a warrant to go fetch the evidence.
But isn't some of this stuff kind of dancing along the line of entrapment, or not entrapment, but
entrapment.
That's not the right word I'm looking for.
It depends on if we get Sarah Chalk and she does the scene from Entrapment, I'm fine with it.
Does that scene hold up? I haven't seen it in a while.
I don't know. I only get a couple seconds into it.
I'm kind of playing it loosey-goosey with the cop stuff. I don't know the full physical laws and everything.
It's a movie. It doesn't have to
Yeah,
make
like,
sense.
but that's what I'm banking on. I'm making on the sort of the wild plot of yeah, I'm an actor, and I want one to say, I'm an actor, goddammit, I'm supposed to be acting. And you're like, hey, you're playing your biggest role of your lifetime. You know how many lives you have saved, how many people you put behind bars all those years at that hospital? That is the greatest acting career you're ever going to have. And be like, okay, like he's sort of as a cheeky nod to like this, like his biggest role he's ever had.
Or can there be a scene? Can there, as like an homage to the original show? Can there be a scene where he's fighting with his boss, and he wants to like go in and get the guy? He's like, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get him, and his boss is like, look, that's not how you're just a CI. You can't do this. He's like, I'm gonna go. He's like, look, you're no Superman. Do your job.
But yeah, and I want it all to be sort of.
I guess not.
I like it.
I want to.
I like how when we say something that Cody doesn't agree with, he doesn't acknowledge it. He just keeps going. He's like,
Well, and I want to also, because over the course of Scrubs, his antics got crazier and crazier. So I almost be like a rebellion sort of thing. He's trying to get himself to a point of like, we can't allow this guy to be here anymore. You got to get the fuck out of here. And be like, he's trying to get himself fired, in a sort of sense. Instead of like, people being like, oh, are just okay with this guy making a hole in the parking lot for some fucking reason. It is him trying to get kicked out. So like, hey, I don't work there anymore. Like, they fired me. And it's him like, I'm trying to get out, but they won't let me.
and what's the name of the show?
Ooh,
Dickhead.
no. I wanted to be play.
Cleaning up crime. Cleaning up the mess.
Clean up aisle 7.
Cleaning. It's a little simple, but I like it. I can't think of anything better.
What's the name of what is the janitor wear? What's the name of the
Jumpsuit.
Yes, called jumpsuit.
No, it's shirts.
So it's a play on Scrubs called Jumpsuit.
Yeah, but
okay.
And he hates that. Or like jumpsuit, like it's shirts and pants, 2 separate items. Whatever jumpsuit, and get out of here.
Oh yeah, he does. He doesn't wear a jumpsuit, does he?
No, it's shirts and pants. And
Oh shit, my bad, man.
Oh, I thought he wore like the mechanics.
I did
thing.
too, but yeah, no, he's got a button up tucked into work pants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's my idea.
Hmm.
And then at the end, can the actor find it? So it'd be another side origin story where the actor at the end of the show, it's coming to an end. Is it a movie or a show?
Show.
Okay.
Because I want it to take alongside. I want it to be like a side story to Scrubs.
Okay. So at the end of the show, the actor he's like, I can't do this anymore because I got an acting job, and he's going off to audition for The Middle.
No, I like that because the characters behind the scene reason Glenn Matthews actually had played because Neil Flynn voiced a character on Clone High.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which character?
Julius Caesar.
Okay.
See what you got, Scooter.
Okay. All right. Mine's a TV show.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want it to be think of like along the lines of like first season True Detective, because that's the only season of True Detective I've seen.
I wonder why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Alexandra Dario gets topless.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch.
Wow.
I'm gonna watch True Detective.
I remember my
episode
16s looking for any media that had boobs in it.
Your
I mean-
16s?
Yeah.
I mean,
How
that's.
many 16s did you have?
I had 2 because I forgot my birthday one year.
I mean, that's last week for me.
That happens when you're in Kansas.
Yeah.
Well, you get a different birthday when you move from state to state.
Well, you get a different birthday when you're Cody and Corey.
Yeah. Different name. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like a
Maybe that's why you got the question wrong. Cody's not from Kansas. Corey is.
That explains a lot.
I see the darkness.
I know.
See the darkness welling up inside you.
If Tyler doesn't return for the next episode,
Do
then
it.
check Cody's house.
Well, it wouldn't be Cody's house. It'd be Corey's house.
Stay out of my shed! Stay away from my shed!
So along the lines of True Detective. Okay?
True Detective.
It's a mini series, so
Mini-series.
it's only going to be one season.
You're gonna say one episode. Like
That's not a miniseries. That's an episode.
because it leads into a movie franchise.
So it leads into a movie franchise. So. Okay.
Why are you picking on me? I didn't do shit to you.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just repeating what you say.
Oh, okay.
So you're looking in a filing cabinet for a hammer.
Adam's gonna finish his pitch, and then Cody's just gonna repeat it word for word exactly. And like anytime we interrupt, he's gonna switch and do our voices and just do the whole entire episode over again.
Do your impression of me real quick. If you're gonna do me, do.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to open the window. I'll close it. I'll close it real quick.
That's your impression of me. Do Daniel. Do Tyler. Oh,
That's him slapping you.
Tyler does not pound the table. You pound the table.
Sorry, it was supposed to be a slap because he's always slapping you.
oh.
Not.
I'm the only one that gets a voice. Okay. All right.
Daniel got a.
All right. So
Daniel
this
got it.
this one I struggled with. I could not get until yesterday. I didn't even know what the hell it is I was going to do. It's a miniseries. It leads into a movie franchise.
It's a miniseries. It leads into a movie franchise.
Miniseries moves into a movie franchise.
Okay.
So Adam, this is a miniseries that moves into a movie franchise.
I'm thinking.
All right.
He's thinking.
He's thinking.
Starting
Are you
black.
thinking?
So just to recap, it's a movie series that leads into a franchise. He's thinking.
Starts in.
I might mess that up too. It's a movie series.
It's a miniseries.
It's a movie series.
Miniseries.
It's a movie series that's moving into a miniseries.
To recap, I butchered it. It's actually a mini series that leads into a franchise. Snap, Daniel snap, Cody snap, Adam snap your own neck, and we're good.
Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. Is it a movie series that leads into a movie franchise, or is it a mini series that leads into a movie franchise?
That one.
It depends on
what.
one of those like really small Snickers bars that leads into a movie franchise.
Got it.
It's a fun size episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Adam.
Go. Okay. So start in black. Start in black, and you hear
We're
like
starting in black. All right. All right.
We gotta be done with this.
Okay.
you hear like a weird metallic sound.
We use 6 minutes of his pitch time just to make fun of him.
Well, that's because my pitch is short because I struggle with this.
Because it's a mini series.
Yeah.
That leads into a movie franchise.
So you hear it's in black, and you hear this like weird metallic sound, and it's slow, and you hear the weird metallic sound. And you hear like crickets, normal woodsy sounds, bugs from the woods. Fades in from black, and there's a tricycle tipped on its side, and that
In the woods?
yeah, well,
Okay.
right outside the woods. So it's like a grassy area. There's a tricycle tipped on the side, the one wheel
Is
spinning.
this the origin of Jigsaw?
No. And so
You sorry, it's the guy that the Jigsaw killer, and he's like,
Billy.
oh look, a tricycle, and just picks it up.
Talking about-
That's the mini series. Oh, this will work.
talking about Billy the dummy.
No, the main guy. That's where he finds the tricycle. I was trying to make a
But
joke.
Billy's the dummy that rides on the tricycle.
But the dummy can't pick up the tricycle.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, that's when the Saw franchise really goes off the hills, when that puppet gets animated, and then we go into full magic into the Jigsaw universe.
They already did the origin of Jigsaw. Home Alone 1 and 2.
And we're redoing Origins in
Oh,
today's episode.
That's right. Oh, so we can't use a new character?
No.
Fuck. All right, I'll come up from the top of my head.
No, oh god.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
All right, so fading from black on the tricycle, tipped on the side, the wheel spinning, and then
What color is the tricycle?
it's red.
Okay.
And then the
How many wheels?
3.
Oh, okay.
And then you hear a voiceover that says like a really gruff, like detective voiceover. It's like the disappearance of Sarah Lane. It's the ghost that has haunted this town. So like that. And it fades out. And then the title of the show, the big, what's fashion now, where the words just like take up the whole screen, and Springwood, and then it comes out, and then you got your like True Detective, bluesy, True Blood type theme song playing, and then it comes in, and it's winter time, but it's not like cinematic winter where everything's white. It's like realistic winter where
There's like patches of yellow snow.
yeah, and like the snow's really dirty because cars been going through it. Fucking.
And then there's the neighbor who has a dog, and he's got a bunch of shit spots that melted away the snow.
Yeah, it's not the cinematic winter wonderland you see in shows. This is like a city. Cars are covered in sooty snow, whatever, and it's the police station. And it's our main character's first day. So he walks in, they're like, "Oh, Officer Thompson, let's go, let's get you."
Who's our main character played by?
That I don't know yet. I know what our bad guy's played by, but I don't have that.
Is he played by Robert Englund?
No.
Okay.
No.
Jackie Earl Haley?
No. And Sam Rockwell is who I want our main. So they're like, "Officer Thompson, come on in." It's his first day, and they're showing around the town of Springwood, and they're talking. It's wintertime. It's Christmas. Christmas lights are out, and they're talking about his new family. He's got this young daughter, and they're going about the day or whatever. And then anyway, they get a call over the phone, and there's another homicide. It's a jet. And
Wanted to make sure it wasn't like on our recording; it was actually in real life.
It was Starscream.
Damn you, Megatron!
You
Or
objectify
Skyward.
me.
What's
for
the other
last
one? There's
time,
Starscreams.
Thundercracker.
Thundercracker. That's the one I
Cody
like.
has them on the shirt.
That's the one I like. Thundercracker.
No, Thundercracker's the one I like.
I can't like Thundercracker.
There's Starscream, Thundercracker,
Skyward.
Acid Rain, and there's the green one.
Acid Storm.
Acid Storm.
Sunstorm.
Fine, I'll like Acid Warp. If you're gonna be a dick.
Acid Warp. Hot Link.
Dick.
Wrong show.
Gotcha. Dick formers. Dick.
Can what about Gyllenhaal as the?
No, well we'll get to that. He has to look like a young John Saxon.
Because we're gonna have John Saxon in the flash forward later.
No, because he's dead.
Who's
Oh.
John Saxon?
He's the actor that plays Lieutenant Thompson in the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So this is okay.
In the TV series or in the?
in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's Nancy Thompson's dad from the first movie, and he dies in the third movie.
Spoilers.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's investigate. So they get a call. It's his first day on the job because I think he's Sheriff Thompson, and by the time the first movie rolls around.
All right.
So anyway, so they go and it's the murder of a child. This kind of hits hard, but there's this weird like occult shit lying around, and so that, like I said, I don't have much because I fucking struggled with this. So there's like this weird occult shit going around, and then it leads to, investigating the janitor from the high school, played by Sam Rockwell, who's Fred Krueger. But I want Fred Krueger, his demeanor not to be evil. I want him to be more like John Wayne Gacy Jr., where Gacy was more, he was loved in the community.
Oh, like he was charismatic and whatnot.
Yeah,
like he works at the high school, but he's a real good guy.
It wasn't like where you're like the typical where it's like, oh, there's the janitor, and like he's like real creepy, like pushing the mop and bucket down the hallway. He's the opposite.
He volunteers at the soup kitchen, like,
yeah.
So cause I want there to be doubt. I don't want the audience to think, oh, they're gonna make Fred Krueger into be they fucked him over and then he became a killer. Like, no, he's a killer and a bad person the whole time. But I want the way he acts. It actually puts him. That's why he gets away with it for so long.
Now, would you do it to where like you would make it obvious that like it's a Nightmare on Elm Street story, or would you be like, oh, that's the janitor,
like
Ed, and then he's like, oh,
no, I would think because the name of the show is Springwood and Officer Thompson. I don't think I could.
Yeah. So So what you're saying? We don't want the first scene to be, hey, we're going down the street. Oh, look at that street sign, Elmwood.
Well, we wouldn't make
Elm
it.
Street.
We wouldn't make it that obvious. It's like at the end of the first day. Officer Thompson would be talking to his partner who's driving.
Ooh, could he live on Oak Street?
No, he lives on Elm, but because because within the mythos of the story, that's where they lived when they burnt Freddy. But anyway, he'd be like, "Hey, I'll take you home. Where you at? Oh, I'm at 1428 Elm," and that was it. That's like the only mention of Elm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is like offshoot. But anyway,
Well, no, what I was saying wasn't that. It was like, you know, he's like, all right, well, we need to interview the janitors at this school, and then like he lines them up, and like he goes through, you know, janitor 1 and janitor 2, and then like later it's like, oh, hey, we forgot this other guy.
well, no. Like it's sold.
Okay, so it's
as
sold
a-
clearly as a
yeah.
okay.
And then and not all the suspects have to be janitors. They could just be men who can isolate children. And,
No. I was just saying like okay, go ahead.
Canonically, was Fred Krueger a janitor at the school?
So in the remake with Jackie Earle Haley, he was a janitor / maintenance man. In this kind of gets muddy because they give him 2 jobs in the original series. He worked at a factory, like a smelting type factory. Smelting. Thank you. And what was the other one? I forgot the other job, but yeah, it was Robert Englund's character. 1 in 2, he in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, it was a smelting factory that he worked at.
Okay.
Because that's where he took his took his victims and kept them at his job. So anyway, so like I said, I don't have much because I struggled with this, but Sarah Lane, the little girl from the beginning who just appeared on a tricycle, you never find her, and that's Sarah Lane is the ghost that becomes the little girl in all the movies that are riding on a tricycle that's singing the song 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, because she's always on the tricycle. So it's like her, because maybe she was the very first victim. Oh, sorry.
AI tells me that he was a power plant technician in a boiler room. Specifically, he was a maintenance man for Springwood Light and Power, which was known to be a miserable, hot, hellish place.
Okay.
According to AI, so there could have been more.
No, I'm saying visually they had a smelting. Is that the thing that tips it over and the liquid metal jumps out? Okay. So he worked in the boiler. My apologies. But no, the janitor at school.
Yeah, you fucking should. First, you opened his window without saying anything,
The-
and now you got the wrong part.
But
It's not like it's an completely changed origin story that you could have given him any job.
No, Tyler, it's fine. I just thought Adam and I were better friends than that. That's all.
the janitor in high school came from, or it was elementary school, came from the remake. So anyway, so like the last 2, the penultimate episode of the miniseries
It took me forever to learn that fucking word.
is they arrest Fred, and it's the court case. So it becomes like a court drama, and everyone's excited. Officer Thompson's like, "Fuck, this motherfucker's gonna go," because maybe Nancy was attacked and barely got away, and they're like, so Officer Thompson's becoming this hero because he's the one that found Fred or whatever, but he fucked up and he didn't sign the paper, which is the mythos in the movie franchise. A search warrant wasn't signed in the right
Area, so everything was admissible?
so he got out.
Unadmissible.
Unadmissible.
And then the last episode was the very end will be on Christmas Day because or Christmas Eve, because Freddy wears a Christmas sweater that Saxon and his wife, or I keep calling him Officer Thompson and his wife and all the people on Elm Street fucking lose their shit, and they fucking grab him and they take him to the plant, and that's where they burn him. And all the occult stuff comes in to where like I don't remember if
So was he basically a worshiper of something that he was sacrificing these kids to? Or
no. So in the original,
he's just an asshole.
yeah, he was just a murderer. And then when they burned him, these 3 dream demons, which I don't remember if they're from real mythos or not, they come in, they say, "Hey, you want to continue doing what you're doing?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." As he's burning, and they're like, "Okay, then give yourself to us." And he's like, "Okay, do it." And he like allows them to go into him, and so his physical form dies, and he exists in
a mental state.
Well, in the dream world.
Okay, so are you gonna make him
Yes.
like an occult person?
Yes. Well, but like not more like more the way they handle the occult in True Detective. Like they don't turn it into like theatrics and stuff. Have you seen the first season, True Tech? Has anyone seen the first season?
No, I didn't realize there was a cult entry detective.
That's on my list.
They talk about they worship the Yellow King and
oh no shit.
Yeah. In the first season. But it's not
Cthulhu. Yeah, Cthulhu as well. You're not supposed to say his name. It's supposed to be really bad luck to say his name.
He's not real.
You're not supposed to say that either.
And it's the actual H.P. Lovecraft character, but they don't it's not theatrics. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's handled very realistically. And that's the way. So these dream demons, this occult stuff. So like throughout the episodes, they're researching this stuff and they find out that this occult shit is about these dream demons. And then, like it's old school. So they're like, who checked out these dream demon books at the library? you know what I mean? Like, who the fuck did this shit?
How to summon a dream demons for dummies?
Yeah. It's like, well, Fred keeps...
Where to murder people at?
They pull that little piece of paper out and goes, right here, Fred Krueger.
Dream demons and you, what you need to know to keep yourself safe.
So anyway...
Everyone poops in you. Oh, must be unrelated.
And so Sam Rockwell as young Fred Krueger.
Okay.
And then
a knife forging book.
I don't want the young Officer Thompson to be good looking. I want him to be like fucking gruff and like no Glenn Powell type shit, cuz Saxon is like world rare fucking world has.
Which one, Saxon or Thompson? Because you keep changing.
I know, I keep changing it. Sorry.
I just had to.
But anyway,
someone gives him it's a Christmas party at work, and he's like, "Oh, a red and green sweater, I love it." Oh no, put it on.
Yeah, okay.
Just for this minute.
I will.
Never again.
I will. Where's your daughter at? I want to go show her my sweater real quick. But anyway, the Sarah Lane, though, she's talked about throughout the entire episode because it's the first kid that went missing, and it's the unsolved case, and it's like the ghost that haunts this town.
Mm-hmm.
She becomes the little girl that you see in the beginning. She becomes like the harbinger of Freddy Krueger throughout the franchise because you always see her first.
And her trying to warn, like, hey, get out of here.
Yeah.
It also explains why, like, she would have like a child's nursery rhyme kind of thing.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
I struggled with this one for some reason.
I really like that. I would watch the shit out of that show. That sounds fantastic.
This is
He's
difficult.
mad because he thought one of these was going to be shit.
I thought they were all going to be shit the way that you guys kept talking about them.
Well, it's just the prompt wasn't very clear. We couldn't know if we could use
the
the characters
prompt
or not.
was it? Oh my!
Hey, just to be clear, I want mine to be a miniseries that goes into a movie. If that wasn't clear.
Okay, well, Adam lost. Okay, so
wait, who we got playing Officer Thompson?
I don't know. I couldn't find anybody that
I
looks
thought
like
you
him.
said like Sam Rockwell or something.
You want some?
No,
ugly-
Sam Rockwell's Fred.
Who's playing Mr.
okay.
Saxon?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
Mr. Saxon or Mr. Thompson?
Because we didn't do much casting today since you guys used.
You know who doesn't get enough work is James Marsden.
Okay.
Yeah, but you said you wanted someone that's ugly.
James Marsden.
He's not.
Are we really thinking about this? You guys thinking about a different character?
No.
The Thompson.
Okay.
The sheriff.
Also, you guys really take for granted that I do not know people.
James Marsden was Cyclops in the X-Men movies.
You
Gotcha.
don't know people. Corey knows people.
Well, Corey's not here right now.
All of a sudden you hear, Corey's here now.
Oh my god, that needs to be your Halloween costume this year. Is just get a "Hi, my name is Corey" and slap it on your shirt.
We'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
Oh. Man, this is more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I felt like there was really good pitches. Like, and to be perfectly honest, when I found out it was a Scrubs pitch from Cody, I was kind of like, oh, I don't think it's gonna be any good. I'm not super invested in it. And then as you started like explaining it more, I got more and more invested in it.
Well, I really got to thinking about it because, like, we was talking.
Well, I hope you get to thinking about it and you just didn't.
No, like those kind of characters are always sort of fun, but at the end of the day, one of the things people hate most about those because they seem so off the wall and like, what's the point of this? This is kind of too kooky,
Yeah.
right?
See,
I got to think like, what would be a reason that this character was actually there?
I didn't think that you were going that way as like a detective thing. I thought you were going more of the janitor is like secretly like a genius, and like he's going and like solving all these unsolvable medical problems, and like he can't take credit for it. Like JD, yes, like
he lost his medical license due to like some malpractice thing, but his drug is solving medical.
So like he's like this
So this sort of hidden house.
So like he's like helping JD solve all these cases. So like when it's him and JD like going back and forth, it's not actually like them fighting. It's like, okay,
talking in code.
Okay, idiot, this is what you need to do. You need to do X, Y, and Z, and then.
So he has to explain it in such a way where he thinks JD came up with the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of thing. Like
that
would have been interesting.
That's where I thought you were going with it. But I did like your idea, and it definitely came out of.
Stop stalling.
This is what we always do. We always talk about everyone's part.
I thought he was stalling.
Fucking idiot.
Sorry.
Yours lost now.
I already lost.
I'm not. They're not in any order, so it's not like you lost.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't pick yours, to be honest.
No, it's fair.
And it was good. I'm not lying.
No. Like my idea is, I think if I'm an automatic loss, I didn't try, and I think that shows. Like I put effort in this one.
Yeah.
It wasn't an automatic loss. It's not like you finished yours and I was like, Cody lost. No, it was good. Like I said, I didn't see it coming. I like Daniel's. I was trying to figure out where yours was going. I'm like, who the fuck is he doing an origin story for? Mm-hmm. I liked the idea of the broad spectrum where like everyone's like they have the same powers and everything, and they get them the same way as everybody else, but like it's how it happens. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked yours. I'm trying to think of the reasons why I liked yours, because it was a detective story. It seemed like, you know, not really like a noir type detective story, but like a grizzled cop and everything like that. All that being said, none of you win. Your next prompt is no.
We're gonna try this again.
Wait, are we actually going to do that?
No.
Let's say if Daniel had that option on that one episode, he would.
Oh yeah, I love y'all, but man, those pitches were rough for the franchise ad.
What do you mean? The Home Alone, Luck of the McAlpins?
Yeah.
You didn't like my Doc Brown prequel?
Which one did I do?
I just wanted more out of it. I liked the idea of it. I just didn't. I wanted it to be more.
What did I do?
I don't remember.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Holy shit! What did I do?
I don't know.
Have to go look. You can find that. That's the previously on adding to franchises.
Oh, is it Star Wars?
Might have been Star Wars.
No. We did a Star Wars one.
Yeah.
Because I did redo of The Last Jedi, and you did the Rey expanded universe.
Oh, that's what I thought. Holy fuck! What was mine?
I don't know. You'd have to go back and listen to it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud.
Shit.
All being said, I'm gonna go with Daniel because
really?
I like the mythical, and like I like the different versions of the Avengers. Like I haven't read it, but I really want to, like the Avengers like 1 million BC.
Mm-hmm.
So like I like the idea.
Or
of,
Marvel Ruin. Have you read that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I like the different where like they all come together to be the Avengers, but I like
together right now on my back.
Have you read 1602? You need to walk out with 1602 before you leave today.
Okay. I've heard about it and it sounded really interesting, but I was like,
it's awesome.
I
love
just
it.
never pulled the trigger. So
Yeah.
Daniel is our winner.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I am incredibly flattered that idea is one that has been ruminating with me for a very long time. I used it to make my own superhero universe once, and I just love the idea and the concept of like the superpowered people coming from Ragnarok, which is supposed to come from like people rising up, like normal people rising up to become heroes because the Asgardian guys start dying.
So just to recap, Adams starts as a mini series that's going to go into a movie series. It's dark. It's in the forest. Cody's name is Corey now. It's about Freddy Krueger.
Canon.
Daniel won.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I am flattered. It's been some time since I've won, and I started to really start to get second guess myself, and it's just in a really dark place.
On
And
that note,
thank you,
Adam,
Tyler.
you won.
We gotta drive Daniel to the boys.
Okay, so enough stalling from me. Our prompt is, I want a movie or show with a twist. Now, it has to be something that's a well thought out twist. So something in the vein of like Sixth Sense, where it's seeded out and it's obvious when you go back and watch it a second time. Not something where the twist just comes out of nowhere and it's not supported. I want a movie with a twist.
I think this is gonna be a repeat, guys. This is a lot of thinking.
Well, that's what I'm wanting. So I want you to just zig when I'm expecting a zag.
So
I'm just gonna
doing-
do the Sixth Sense over again.
I'm gonna do a, in the vein of Ray and Walk the Line, a movie about Chubby Checkers and the song The
Oh,
Twist.
wait, when you said Ray, I thought you meant like Ray from Star Wars.
I went right to away from Star Wars too.
Wasn't that the movie called Ray? Or was
Yeah.
it called something else?
It was called Ray, but I thought we were talking about.
Wait, did Chubby Checkers sing The Twist?
No,
Yeah, he did.
Chuck Berry.
No, Chuck Berry was Johnny B. Good.
He can sing more than one song.
No, I think Chubby Checkers was a twist.
Isn't he the rat with the pizza place?
No, that's
Oh my
Fo-
God,
that's
he is
Foz-
right. No, there is no God but me.
As a sad day in DCP history.
Wait. Did you say he sang it or he wrote it?
Sang it.
I mean, tons of people sang it.
Oh my
So, I mean, if we're going with that,
All right. Thank you all so much for listening. You've been listening to Previously
You know
On.
how Chubby Checkers got his name? Because he was
fat, more a checker pattern.
close. Because Fats Domino was popular. This isn't a joke. Fats Domino was popular, so he came out. Like, Fats Domino was hugely popular. So he's like, how can I get on this bandwagon? Fats Domino, Chubby Checkers.
Huh.
Okay.
That's not a joke. That's true.
You know what? I can believe it.
What's Fats Domino?
Blueberry Hill?
You don't know who Fats Domino is?
Don't fuck. You act like you do this thing when I've told you constantly I don't know people, and you're always surprised. And it
Yes,
hurts.
because it's like a name that like
Yeah, I've
people
never
have
heard the term Fats Domino.
It's not a term. It's a
person.
musician's name.
Yeah, I've never heard of an edition called Fats Domino.
YouTube
when you
the-
said that, I thought it was a rapper.
YouTube the song Blueberry Hill. It's a good
Okay.
song. Don't play it on the pod, though.
All right. Okay, you've been listening to Previously On, a Damage Control podcasting production. Make sure you check out new episodes every Monday on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud. And make sure you check out our social medias on Facebook and Instagram.
Chubby Checker's still alive? Jesus.
Fats Domino.
Who's Fats Domino?
Blueberry Hill.
Please
So
like,
Adam is making a mini-series. Sorry.
please like, comment, and subscribe. Adam, after you're done with the miniseries, push the button.
With Fats Domino?